Hello everybody, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day. Before we get started, hi, my name is Teresa and I welcome you all to my channel. If you're new here and you like Ipsy unbaggings, you like Walmart unboxings, you like Ipsy mystery bags, you like getting ready with me, sometimes I do a show that's called Let's Talk About It, where I talk about everything and anything. I do Tongue Twister Thursday, I do Fun Fact Friday, I do Monday Mask Ladies collab, and I do animal and nature clips, and sometimes I do giveaways, which I do have an active giveaway going on for a 200 subscriber, which that link will be located down here below. And this is not only for the women, it's for the guys too. If you have any lovely ladies in your life, a wife, a girlfriend, a daughter, a goddaughter, a godmother, a grandma, any lovely lady that you know, go ahead and subscribe to me and hit that link down below and follow all the rules, and your name would be put in for a giveaway. It would be a wonderful, wonderful gift for somebody. And guys, I do more. I do random more than just beauty on this channel. Now, if you're interested in all the content that I had just said, then please consider hitting the subscribe button down here on the bottom. When you hit the subscribe button, there will be a bell. And when you hit the bell, you'll be notified of when I upload my new video. So today, guys, is Get Ready With Me and Scary Ghost Stories. Yes! Now I'm going to be doing this a little bit different. These are stories that I didn't know about or did not come from family. Unfortunately, I kind of ran out of stories, which I know there's more. I just really got to sit down and think. But I went ahead and I bought a book, and it is everything that happened here in West Virginia. Also, if you want to hear other ghost stories or any paranormal or anything going in your area or in your state, leave me a comment down below where you live, and I will go ahead and find that book, and I will buy it, and I will read it to you, all the creepy, true, scary, paranormal, weird looking creatures. So, the book that I am going to be reading from, this is going to be a little bit of a challenge for me, okay, guys? So you're going to have to bear with me, because I'll be like, makeup, read, makeup, read. But anyways, this is called West Virginia Ghost Stories, Legends and Hunts. And that's what it looks like here. And I'm quite excited to read it to you. It has a little thing on the back. It says, discover the spookier side of West Virginia with over 80 ghost stories, legends, and haunts from Harper's Ferry. Oh, Harper's Ferry, guys. If you ever come to West Virginia, that is the first place you need to go. Where Screaming Jenny still never outruns the trains. To Hatfield, McCoy country, where Devil on Sea Hatfield rises from the grave along with his sons. Explore Moundsville Prison, that's another one, and see the Shadow Man. Then investigate the death and ghostly hereafter of Mamie Thurman, the housewife with a secret life who haunts 22 Mine Road. Follow the rail trail to get a glimpse of the ghosts of the Silver Run Tunnel and take a thrill ride through one of the most haunted tunnels, which is called Dignus Tunnel, which that's another one you need to go see if you ever come to West Virginia. There's the headless ghost rider of Powell Mountain, and a woman who still walks the Ohio River shoreline of Blennerhassett Island long after her death. Ooh, that sounds so good, guys. I'm so excited. But before we get started on the ghost stories, which I'm going to try to read at least 3 of them for you guys. 3 every video, if you want to say. I'm going to use this palette. It's called the Beauty Bakery's Breakfast in Bed eyeshadow palette. And that's what it looks like. And since it's early in the morning, breakfast eye palette is just okay with me. I think it's a really pretty packaging. And the colors are right here. Look at those stunning, stunning, beautiful colors there. I am so quite excited to try this out. There's no mirror, so I got my mirror right here. And let's go ahead and start with my base, the base of my eye first. Alright, and I'm going to use this brush right here. And the base of the all over eye is called forehead kisses right here. This little brown one right here. So how's everybody's day going? Is everybody having a fantastic day? Hopefully everybody is. I know a lot of people are getting some nice weather, unlike a couple weeks ago when we had Mother Nature just like, I think she was PMSing, guys. You know how us women are. We're angry, so we want to take it out on people. Yeah, but I think she got it out of her system, and I think we're off to a nice spring year. You know what I mean? Hopefully we are. But I'm pretty sure she's done messing with us. We're supposed to get storms here today, and it's supposed to be a high of 83 degrees here, which I'm not going to complain about, guys, because, you know, I hate being cold. I hate being extremely hot, but I hate being cold. I don't know about you guys, but it hurts my bones so bad. I don't know if it's age or, you know, I'm only 25. Wink, wink. You know? Oh, jeez. But yeah, I just want to make sure everybody's having a great day. And if you're ready to hear some nice little ghost stories, and I'm excited to share these stories with you. I've been waiting since I bought it. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to read them. Alright, so before we get started on our first story, I'm going to put... I'm going to put in my crease my... Probably this yawning... It looks like a deep purple. It might be a brown. This yawning one right here. Just right here in the crease of the eye. But let's go ahead and get started on our first story. And I'm going to try to do my eyeballs. Alright, guys. Let's see here. Now, our first story is called Sliding Hill, View at Scenic Overlook, West Virginia on Route 62. It's called Ghost Lights of Sliding Hill. And this is actually in Mason County, which is like probably about 4 or 5 hours away from me. Alright, so it says, here we go. If you live near Pomeroy, you have probably heard of the towns of Syracuse in Ohio, and Hartford City and New Haven in West Virginia. Hartford City and New Haven are nearly back to back. About 1.5 miles apart, you could probably stand between the two towns along West Virginia Route 62 that runs through both and yell loud enough for somebody to hear you across the river of Syracuse. Now here's some pictures. I don't know if you can see those. Some pictures there of that road. This one's going to be a long one. There between the two West Virginia towns in a place called Sliding Ben Hill, or for short, Sliding Hill. A sheer-edged hill that dips downward and causes the river to come together at nearly right angles. This awkward angle made it a dangerous bend for steamboat pilots, as the water hits the rocks with such speed it was difficult to navigate. This dark recess had a ghost. Boatmen on the river and people traveling the roadway along the 1.5 mile stretch of what is now West Virginia, Route 62, reported seeing little lights dancing, ghosts, and even skeletons along Sliding Hill as far back as the late 1700s. In 1910, a family traveling south along the river in their houseboat anchored opposite Sliding Hill. Unknowing of the mysterious lights, as dusk settled in the skies, the father began to see a strange light bobbing up and down on the hillside. He grew suspicious of the light, silently slipping his skiff into the water and paddled across. When he reached a position in the shadows, his eyes fell on a horrifying sight. He saw a huge headless monster shoving its weight into several large stones on the hillside just a short distance away. He made a hasty return, and in the dark of the night the family fled downriver in their shanty boat. Reverend George Clayton Wilding was a Methodist circuit writer during the late 1800s and early 1900s, who traveled the mountains of West Virginia preaching. When he was but a boy of 10 around 1856, he lived in New Haven and worked as an errand boy for a store in Hartford. George often heard of the story of a haunting on the sliding hill, but even at a tender age he scoffed at the idea of ghosts. Back in those days, there was only a raggedy, brittle path between New Haven and Hartford, and one day, still in the early hours of the morning, George was hurrying to work on this trail. Before him, he saw a colonel officer approaching him on a horseback. The boy stopped and stared, mesmerized, and admiring the mighty horse and the grand uniform the rider wore, complete with a shiny sword at his belt. As the rider neared to less than 25 steps between the two, and near a small creek of water trickling across the path, young George looked down long enough to jump across as not to get his shoes wet. When he looked up again, the rider had mysteriously vanished. So struck by the strange occurrence, the boy followed the trail to Hartford and found no hoof prints or sign that the rider had even passed. The ghosts that step forth from twilight to still hours of the night are those bearing lanterns to search fruitlessly for a hidden treasure. As the story goes, early settlers traveling along the Ohio River camped below the hill for the night. Within their boat they carried many gold coins to buy some land. Unknown to them, thieves aware of their cargo have followed them. In the dark of the night, while the party slept, the thieves came upon the boat and murdered the settlers. They secreted the bodies within a ledge and hid the gold coins until they could return for them at a safer, later date. When suspicious fingers would not point at them for the raiding, they let the boat float on down the river. Ooh. There's a little picture there too. I don't know if you can see that. This one's a long one, guys. Unfortunately for the murdering lot, they were all killed within the next year. However, on one thief's deathbed, he admitted to the murder and hiding the treasure. Not long after the mysterious lights would begin, later many would search for the coins, but nobody found them. One by one, those who sought out the treasure were struck dead by some foul means and were cursed to come back in a ghostly form to search out the gold for eternity. Ooh, that one, I never heard about that one. That one's pretty creepy. Woo-hoo. But not as creepy as some of these stories are going to be. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to use this brush right here. I'm just going to use that color that I told you. Yawning. Or not yawning. Yeah, yawning. I'm going to put it right here in the crease of my eye. Yeah, guys. So far, that's one story. Do you think you're going to like me reading? Do you like it when I read? I mean, I know I'm good at telling ghost stories. But, I wanted to do something a little bit different and enjoy my time with you guys, because I just love spending time with you guys. I do. But did you enjoy that? Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed that. Let me know if you want me to continue. I would love to read you more stories, and I would love to read ghost stories from different states and everything. I don't have a problem with that at all. It would be so interesting, you know. I'll have to, if you let me know if you want me to do your state, just leave me a comment down below, and I will go find a book on your state and read those ghost stories too. Because I know a lot of different places have more scarier ghost experiences than West Virginia. I mean, there's some really, really bad ones out there. I like watching ghost stories on TV. I like Googling about it. I'm just fascinated by it. Um, it's a mystery, and I like mysteries, and I think it would be very, very interesting to, you know, learn more about it and stuff. But we don't know what happens when our body dies. Only the good Lord knows. We don't know what's going to happen. Only the deceased know what happens. Alright, so we'll go ahead and read another story, but all over the eye right here, I'm going to do this pajamas. This really shimmer one right here. Really shimmery one. But before we start that, let's move on. Let's see, we're 15 minutes in. Let's go ahead and move on to the next story. This is called Mothman. Now, I was telling some of the ladies on their live about Mothman. He is one of our legend creatures that supposedly happened way back then, in the 1960s. But let's go ahead and read about Mothman here. Okay? So it says, on Tuesday, November 15th, 1966, newlyweds Steve, age 20, and Mary Malouette, age 20, were joyriding about 7 miles from their hometown of Point Pleasant with married couple Roger, age 18, and Linda Scarberry, age 19. The area they were driving in, Scarberry's beloved black 1957 Chevy, was the abandoned West Virginia Ordnance Works, locally nicknamed the TNT area. It says, shortly before midnight, they spotted something large, about 6 to 7 feet high, walking around an old power plant building. It was huge, gray, shaped like a muscular human, had wings protruding from its back. Unfortunately, none of the witnesses got a clear look at the creature's face. The huge red glowing eyes dominated the entire front of the head. In a panic, the terrified couple sped from the area. As one of the passengers called out that the creature was following them, Scarberry raced along the curvy road to town at up to 100 miles per hour on the straightaways. However, the winged beast kept pace and struck the side of the car. The couples later reported their wild tale to newspapers, who dubbed the creature Mothman. The incident began a wave of sightings. Most found it centered around the TNT area outside Point Pleasant. However, it was seen on both sides of Ohio River and spotted outside of Gallipolis, Ohio. In November 1966, Bob Bosworth and Alan Coates were riding motorcycles down Camp Conley Road, TNT area, and decided to work their way over to the power plant. The two saw something on the roof of the old power plant building and stopped to check it out. They observed a huge 7-foot bird-like man flying off. 13-year-old Faye DeWitt Laporte and her siblings set off in a Ford truck to see the Mothman. During the drive, the creature appeared beside the vehicle, staring with wide red eyes at the girl through the window. Her frightened brother sped down the road at nearly 50 miles per hour. And it shows you like the old pictures here. And this right here is the old TNT place here. I don't know if you can see those, but I love pictures. I like older pictures. Okay, I'm going to read this page, and then I'm going to stop so I could do the bottom, and then we're going to continue to read after I come back, because I probably only could get 2 stories in, because this one looks pretty long. After sliding to a sideways stop on one sharp turn, the monster leaped on the hood of the truck and stared at them through the windshield. Then it bounded upward to the top of the abandoned building. Her brother immediately sprung from the truck and began tossing rocks and coal at the winged Mothman. The creature instantly shot down toward the boy and he dove back into the vehicle, speeding away. The boy, speeding away, one of the lead reporters I can't talk today. Mary hired from the Athens. Lord. There are those who believe the creature dates back to a curse bestowed upon the area from the Shawnee chief, Cornstalk. Cornstalk suffered a horrible defeat on the Battle of Point Pleasant when the Virginia militia Indians from the Shawnee and Mingo tribes fought in 1774 along the Ohio River. Cornstalk was so distraught over the loss that he laid a curse on the land and the people who lived on it near Point Pleasant and Gallipolis. Some believe the Mothman incident ensured the completion of this curse. Devout ufologists claim Mothman was an alien. Witnesses from 1966 reported strange UFOs in the sky above the TNT area and Point Pleasant during the time. Now, there's still more to that, but I want to go ahead and, I told you I'm challenging myself. I'll go ahead and do the bottom right here, and then I'm going to go off camera, and it'll only be like a half a second for you, but a couple minutes or so for me. I want to let everybody know I am not sponsored by this book, and I want you to know that I'm not collabing with this book, but I just wanted to read it for you. But let's go ahead and put that down here on the bottom. Just on the bottom here. But yeah, Mothman was a big legend here in West Virginia. They even have a movie out. I forget if it's called Mothman or if it's called something else. But it came out when I was in my teens. Pretty freaky movie, I'll tell you. So if you haven't seen Mothman, you might want to reconsider either watching it on Netflix or something and see what you guys think about it, because that is the creepiest creature I've heard that happened here in West Virginia. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off here, and I will be right back, and I will see you in a half a second. Hi everybody, I had to see if I got my camera back on, but I am back! Did you miss me? I missed all of you. Alright, so I went ahead and I touched up my eyes. What do you guys think? Did I do a good job? Does it look good? What do you guys think? And I put my eyeliner on, my mascara on, my highlighter, my foundation, my concealer, lipstick. Oh Lord, I cannot talk. So let's go ahead and finish that story about Mothman, and then we're gonna wrap it up. But yeah, Mothman, I've heard a lot of stories about that guy. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and finish up this story, and I probably won't be able to do a third story because unfortunately this one is a long story and I didn't realize it. So maybe in the next one. Alright guys, so some who cited the Mothman believe the creature was placed there as a distraction for UFO activity taking place around the military base at the time. There were reports of the elusive man in black-suited government agents who mysteriously appeared and tried to silence witnesses and researchers during the stranger event. Most who had an experience with the Mothman would also report an encounter with the men in black suits that later would frighten them more than the Mothman. Monstrous winged creatures had preceded catastrophic events. The San Francisco earthquake, Hurricane Katrina, and even the 9/11 terrorist attacks in the United States all had similar reports of a strange flying creature appearing before the tragedy occurred. I didn't know about that. But nobody in Point Pleasant expected the sightings would lead up to collapses of Silver Bridge between Point Pleasant and Gallipolis on December 15th, 1967. Constructed in 1928 to span the Ohio River and connect the two towns, the bridge was crowded with holiday shoppers. One of the last truck drivers to cross the bridge before it fell into the frigid Ohio River reported spotting a massive winged creature circling the bridge. 46 people lost their lives that night. It was one of the worst disasters striking the area. The Army later pulled 34 cars from the icy water. After the tragic event, most Mothman reports stopped, which led many to believe the disaster was the reason the creature appeared. However, the sightings have not ended completely. Once in a while, reports still surface of a Mothman-like creature near the bridge site or swooping above the TNT area outside Point Pleasant. You can see him too. Well, you can see a replica of him and other of a kind exhibits of a Mothman by visiting the Mothman Museum in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, which they do have a little museum, and me and my boyfriend and the kids are thinking about taking a little trip up there this summer, and maybe I could do a little bit of vlogging about it, and and take videos and everything. So that would be very, very, very interesting. Okay, so that is the end of the story about Mothman. What you guys think of that one? Did you guys think that one was a little creepy? I didn't know about it being around 9/11 and everything. I never heard of that, but that's pretty interesting. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end it here. I kept you guys on here way too long with my craziness and just blah, blah, blah. I don't know when to shut up, right? I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me and seeing what palette I used. And I hope you guys enjoyed the ghost stories and got a little bit scared. These were kind of mild, but they'll be getting better. They'll be getting better. And like I said in the comments, make sure you, if you want me to read about your ghost, happenings in your state, please let me know. Leave me your state and I'll go find a book and I will read you those ghost stories too, so you can learn more about your state. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I hope everybody stays blessed and I hope everybody stays safe no matter where you go. And I will be seeing you all in my next video. Thank you for stopping by and you have a great day.